Children, welcome back to 9th standard science class. In the last class, we have discussed about velocity time graph for uniformly accelerated motion. Now, suppose if for non-uniform accelerations, if the velocity decreases, see this graph shows that velocity time graph. Observe here, it shows that velocity is decreasing with time. If you observe this, for non-uniform accelerated motions, the graph can be of any shape. So here this graph shows that the velocity is decreasing with time. If you observe this graph, velocity of an object showing here, this velocity time graph shows that the non-uniform variation in the velocity. So for non-uniformly accelerated motions, the velocity time graph may be of any shape. This shows that the velocity of an object is decreasing with time, and this shows velocity of an object which is non-uniform in the velocity of an object with time. So this graph, velocity time graph, shows non-uniform variation in the velocity of an object with time. Now let us move on to next topic, uniform circular motion. You know that when the velocity changes, we can say that it is accelerated motion. If the velocity changes, we can say it is accelerated motion. Here the change in velocity may be due to change in its magnitude or change in the direction of motion or both. Let us consider an example in which there is no change in the magnitude of velocity but only change in the direction of motion. Let us consider an example now. If an athlete runs along a straight closed path, it's a rectangular track now. It's a rectangular track. An athlete runs with uniform speed along this rectangular closed track. How he on the straight paths AB, BC, CD, D. So the athlete runs with uniform speed along a rectangular track ABCD on straight paths AB, BC, CD, DA. Now, can you tell me how many times, in order to keep himself on the track, what he does? He quickly changes his speed at corners. What he does while running along the straight paths around the rectangular track, how many times he changes his speed now? In order to keep himself on track, he quickly changes his speed at corners. So how many, can you tell me now, how many times he changes the direction of motion? It is 4 times, isn't it? At corners, he changes his speed. So 4 corners. How many times he changes his direction of motion? 4 times. And look at this. It's a hexagonal track. Hexagonal track. And this is octagonal track. Octagonal track, and this is circular track. Circular track. Now observe this. Suppose the number of sides increase. Here 4 sides are there. Here 6 sides are there. How many times the athlete changes his direction of motion? Because 6 corners are there. 6 times he changes his speed. So 6 times he changes his direction of motion. If it is an octagonal path or track, how many times he changes his direction of motion? 8 times. Observe here, this is rectangular track, this is hexagonal track, this is octagonal track. As the number of sides go on increasing, what is happening to the shape of the track here? The shape of the track approaches to be a circle, the shape of a circle. So as number of sides increase. As we increase the number of sides, what happens to what could be the shape of the track? The shape of the track approaches to be a circle, and this is a circle itself. Observe the shape. As the number of sides increase, the shape of the track approaches to be the shape of a circle, and this is a circular track. So what happens here? The length of each side decreases to a point here. The length of each side decreases to a point. Now let us consider an athlete or a body moving around the circular path. Moving around the circular path with uniform speed. So here what happens? What distance is covered? If to complete one round in t seconds, what do we call? The path is circular track here. If an athlete completes one round in the circular track of radius r, then what will be the circumference of the circle? The path of the athlete is circular. He is running one round around the circular path once by taking t seconds. So the radius of the circle is r, so that what will be the circumference of the circle? Here the distance moved will be the circumference of the circle. So what will be the distance moved in case of circular path? It will be the circumference of the circle. So what formula you use to find the circumference of the circle? It is 2 pi r. So 2 pi r is the circumference of the circle. Then can you tell me now what is speed given by? So speed v is given by, in a circular path, if an athlete completes one round of a circular path in t seconds, what will be its circumference is t seconds. The radius of the circle is r. Radius of the circle r. And what will be the circumference of the circle? Circumference of the circle is given by 2 pi r. Now you know that one round he completes in t seconds. Circular path of radius r, time taken t, and to complete one round around the circular path he takes t seconds. So what is the distance covered by him? Distance covered is nothing but the circumference of the circle. Distance covered is nothing but the circumference of the circle. So that is given by 2 pi r. Now can you tell me what is speed given by? If an object or an athlete is traveling in a circular path, what will be the speed? Speed v is given by 2 pi r divided by time t. So speed v is given by 2 pi r, distance covered by time taken. Distance covered in case of circular path is its circumference. One round to complete he takes t seconds. So what is speed given by? 2 pi r by t. So using this formula you can find out speed in case of a circular path. Now suppose you can also think of another situation here. Look at here. I have tied a chalk piece to a piece of thread. You can show circular motion. So like this, if you rotate, it shows the circular motion. What happens when you release it? I released it. The piece of chalk moved. In which direction it moves? So when, see, a thread, you also can try it. Tie a small stone to a piece of thread like this, and holding the thread at the other end, you can show the circular motion. While rotating at different positions, release and let the stone move. Release the thread, let the stone move. So in which direction it moves when you rotate? It shows the circular motion. To describe the circular motion, you can show this. And when you release the thread, the stone moves. In which direction the stone moves? The stone moves in the piece of chalk moves in the direction in which the stone was moving. See in which direction it is moving when it is released. In the same direction it moves. So when you rotate the thread and release, in which direction the stone moves? The stone or piece of chalk here moves in the direction in which the stone was moving when at the time it was released. At the time it was released, in which direction it was moving? In the same direction it moves. Why it is so? Like that, many times you repeat the same. Many times you repeat the same. Rotate and at different positions release the thread. What happens? Every time when you release the thread, the stone moves. In which direction it moves? The direction in which it was moving at the time when you release it. At the time when you release it, in which direction it was moving? In the same direction it moves. What does it show? What does it mean? Means at every point the stone moves in a straight line tangential to a circle. So every time the stone moves in a straight line, it's a tangent to the circle. You know, you have learned what is a tangent in maths class. So every time when you release the stone, it moves in a straight line tangential to the circle. It moves in a straight line tangential to the circle. See, like this. So every time when you release the thread, the stone moves in the straight line tangential to the circle. So at every point when you release, it changes its direction of motion. So it changes the direction of motion changes at every position when you release. But at every position, it moves in the direction in which it was moving when the thread was released. At the time when the thread was released, in which direction the stone was moving? In the same direction it moves. It will be a straight line tangential to the circle. So this is about the circular motion. You can give another example for circular motion, such as you might have observed in the sports meet, athletes throw discus or hammer. How? They give a circular motion. How? To the hammer. How? By rotating like this and throws it. So that he gives a circular motion to the hammer by rotating himself one round. He rotates and then he throws so that it moves in the desired direction. So this is also a circular motion. So when do you call it a uniform circular motion? If an object moves around a circular path with uniform speed, it is said to be in uniform circular motion. You can give another example, the motion of the earth and the sun also, and motion of the satellite also are described as circular motion. So uniform circular motion is nothing but the if or when the object moves in a circular path with uniform speed. It is said to be in uniform circular motion. So what do you mean by uniform circular motion? Uniform circular motion. Important for definition. When an object moves in a circular path with uniform speed, constant speed, uniform speed, it is said to be in uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. So you can give many examples for circular motion. The motion of the earth and the sun, and motion of the satellite also, and a cyclist moving around a circular path also are the examples of uniform circular motion. So when it moves with uniform speed around a circular path, it is said to be in uniform circular motion. That completes the lesson. Now let us solve some problems of the exercise. Try to understand how to solve the problems. Problem you copy from the textbook. Page number 112. Page 112. Look at the first exercise problem. An athlete completes one round of a circular path of diameter 200 meter. So here is an object of diameter 200 meter. So completes one round of a circular track of diameter 200 meter in 40 seconds. What will be the distance covered and the displacement at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds? What will be the distance covered and displacement at the end of 2 minutes and 20 seconds? Now, how to solve the problem? What is given? Let us write first. What is given? Circular track, diameter of the circular track given, it is 200 meter. Diameter of a circular track. Circular track, it is equal to 200 meter. 200 meter. And time T is given. T is equal to 40 seconds. Now, to come one round, athlete takes 40 seconds. And what you have to find? In 2 minutes 20 seconds, what is the distance covered and displacement? So 2 minutes 30 seconds means the time 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Sorry, 2 minutes 20 seconds. 2 minutes and 20 seconds means convert it into seconds. 2 minutes means how many seconds? 2 into 60. 120 seconds plus 20 seconds. So totally how many seconds? 140 seconds. Here to come one round, it takes 40 seconds. You have to find the distance covered by the athlete in 2 minutes 20 seconds means in 140 seconds. So let us see now how many rounds he can cover in 140 seconds. Then easily you can find out the distance covered. So how many rounds? One round to complete. In 40 seconds he completes one round. Time and number of rounds. Number of rounds. 40 seconds he completes one round. In 140 seconds, how many rounds can be completed? Cross multiply. Let us find out in the given time 140 seconds how many rounds he can complete. Now 140 divided by 40. So how many rounds he can complete? 4 3s are 12. 2 4 5s are 20. So 3.5 rounds he can complete in 140 seconds. Now what you have to find now? The distance travelled by the athlete in the time 140 seconds. What is the distance travelled? Now already in the given time how many rounds he can cover, that we have found out. Now the distance covered is nothing but, you know that the distance covered in case of circular path is the circumference of the circle. Here how many rounds he has to come? 3.5 rounds. So what is the distance covered? It is nothing but 3.5 rounds into 2 pi r. What is 2 pi r? Is nothing but the circumference of the circle. Distance covered is nothing but the circumference of the circle. Here he has to cover 3.5 rounds in 140 seconds. How do you find the distance covered? That is equal to 3.5 into pi value, you know what is it? 2 into 22 by 7 into r. Means see here diameter is given 200 meter. So what is the radius? Half of it. Radius is nothing but 100 meters. So 3.5 into 2 into 22 by 7 pi into r is 100 meters. So what you have to find now? 3.5 into 2 into 22 by 7 into 100. Now simplify. 3.5 into 2 is 7. 2.5 into 2, 7. Divide by, into 22 by 7 into 100. So 7 get cancelled. And now what is the answer? 22 into 100, 2200 what? Meters. So the distance covered is 2200 meter. And displacement also asked. What is the displacement? Without working out you can tell. Displacement is the shortest distance covered. Which is the shortest distance covered? Look at here, the diameter it is 200 meter. So the displacement is equal to 200 meter. Now this is the distance covered. How much? Distance covered is 2200 meter. And the displacement is, second one, displacement is 2r, that is equal to 200 meters. Twice the radius means diameter. 200 meter is the displacement. So I hope you have understood the problem. Now let us go to another problem. You also can try at home. Let us work out in the next class, I hope. I will take now fourth problem. It's easy to work out. Second problem is a longer long problem it is. Let us solve in the next class. Now let us solve fourth problem. Easy to solve. See, a motorboat starting from rest on a lake accelerates in a straight line at a constant rate of 3.0 meter per second square for 8.0 seconds. How far does the boat travel during this time? How far does the boat travel? So what formula to be used? As I said, you first write the given data first, right? And then according to the data given, which formula can be used, that you can use. Now let us write the data given. See here, a motorboat starting from rest means u is equal to 0 meter per second, and It accelerates in a straight line at a constant rate of 3.0 meter per second square. So acceleration A is given 3.0 meter per second square and time t is given. T is equal to 8.0 seconds. Now, so what all given? Initial velocity u is given 0 meter per second and acceleration A is given, that is 3.0 meter per second square and time t is given 8.0 seconds. Now, what is to be found out? How far does the boat travel? Means distance covered should be found out. So, which formula can be used? Time you know, initial velocity you know, acceleration you know. So, you know the equations of motion. S is equal to ut plus half at square. So, here you know t also, u also and a also. So, you can easily find out the distance covered by using the formula, direct formula you can use. S is equal to ut plus half at square. You have to find S here. Now, let us substitute. S is equal to u is 0 into t is 8 plus half into a is 3 into t. Time is 8 square, t square. Now, this is 0 plus half into 8 into 8 64. 64 into 3. 64 into 3 192. Half into 192. That is equal to 192 by 2. How much? 2 9s are 18. 1 12 remains. 2 6s are 12. So what is the displacement? Distance covered. It is 96 meter. So S is equal to 96 meter. So using very simple problem, try to work out in your classwork. Let me send notes in the next class. Now let us see the other problems in the next class. See you. Thank you.